Hello, and welcome to this week's Duck TV Sports Update. I'm your host, Savannah Held. The end of spring term is around the corner, and with it comes the end of regular season play for many Ducks teams. Let's get started. The Oregon Ducks softball team has reached Super Regional play for the 9th consecutive year and will play on May 25th through the 27th as the Ducks will face off against the Kentucky Wildcats. The number 1 ranked Ducks softball team faced off against the Albany Danes and the Drake Bulldogs this past weekend at Jane Sanders Stadium. Freshman and Eugene native Lauren Burks pinch hit 2-run home run in the 5th inning, and sophomore Miranda Ellish's shutout pitching allowed the Ducks a 4-0 win in the opening game against the Danes. On day 2, the Ducks took an early lead against the Bulldogs with Burke hitting another pinch hit home run. The Ducks were able to clinch a 5-0 win thanks to a nearly perfect game from junior Megan Kleist. In their 3rd game of the weekend, the Ducks faced the Bulldogs once again, this time beating the Bulldogs 3-0 with Ellis pitching the team's 3rd consecutive shutout game, a feat the Ducks have never accomplished during regional play. The Oregon Ducks baseball team will play against the Arizona Wildcats in Eugene next weekend for their last series of the season. This past weekend, the Ducks played the number 17 ranked UCLA Bruins in Los Angeles. The Ducks started off strong in the first game by gaining a 2-0 lead at the top of the 2nd inning, but the Bruins struck back hard, scoring 4 runs on 5 hits in the 3rd inning. Although sophomore Gabe Matthews' 2-run double allowed the Ducks to tie the game at the top of the 6th, the Bruins dominated the rest of the game, scoring another 7 runs on 5 hits, which allowed the Bruins to clinch a 12-2 win. The Ducks lost the 2nd game of the series 15-1, with the Ducks' only run coming from a homer hit by freshman Johnny DeLuca. With a 10-2 Bruins win in the Game 3 earlier today, the Bruins swept the series. The Oregon men's golf team will head to Stillwater, Oklahoma's Karsten Creek Golf Club to participate in the NCAA Championships for their 5th consecutive year. This past week, the men's golf team placed 5th in the NCAA Regionals in Stockton, California. The Ducks finished day 1 at 1 over par, but finished day 2 at 5 under par, putting them only 3 strokes behind 5th place going into the regionals, the final round of regionals this past Wednesday. On the final day, the Ducks shot 8 under par as a team, pushing them into 5th place and qualifying them for the NCAA Championships. Sophomore Norman Zhang was a steady competitor, shooting 4 under par in day 1, 5 under par in day 2, and 6 under par in day 3 for a total of 15 under par, putting him first in the tournament and extending his program single-season record to 6 wins this season, making him the only Duck to finish in the top 5. The Oregon Ducks track and field team has a total of 61 athletes qualified to compete in the NCAA West Regionals next weekend in Sacramento, California. The Ducks have 29 entries for the men and 32 entries for the women. Although the team seasons may be over for both the men and women's tennis teams, the singles season is still in play. Junior Tomas Laurent and senior Alyssa Tobita will compete in the NCAA singles tournament beginning May 23rd. That's all we have for this week. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with all things sports. Have a great night, Eugene.